Hi, my name is Melchor, and this is my persuasive policy speech. One morning, I was waiting for the bus to get to school, and a homeless man came up to me, asking for money when I had just enough to go to school and go back home. But I felt so guilty that I couldn't help, not knowing that there was somehow a way for him to get aid from the government. Learning about homelessness aid allows you to know and provide knowledge when someone you know may need it, but we shouldn't let anyone take advantage of it if they do not try to help themselves first. That is why the government should implement drug testing and mental health services into the process of homelessness aid. In this speech, I will review types of government aid and the issue that proceeds, implementing drug testing, and the reason this can benefit not only the homeless problem, but those suffering from homelessness themselves. Now, let's learn about the government aid types for homelessness. California residents see a homeless problem daily. According to endhomelessness.org, 33 out of 10,000 are homeless. CalWorks Homeless Assistance, or CalWorks HA, provides info on HA homeless assistance that they can provide, such as temporary or permanent. The CDSS, or California Department of Social Services, states that temporary HA can pay up to 16 days of shelter, like hotel or motel expenses. Permanent HA helps secure housing and prevent eviction. Another type of aid is the Housing and Disability Advocacy Program, or HDAP. According to the CDSS fact sheet on HDAP provides benefits to those who experience chronic homelessness and depend heavily on state and county funded aid. The problem has to deal a lot with the fact that mental health is a disability that affects most homeless persons. According to the Brain and Behavior Research Center, mental health issues include depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, anxiety, and substance abuse. So the issue is that we want them to help themselves by fixing these issues first. Now that we've reviewed the problems, let's review possible solutions. According to Test Country, drugs and alcohol violence plague homeless shelters. This is because at homeless shelters, they don't drug test due to controversy of the Fourth Amendment. The only shelters that do them are privately operated. I believe California should implement a law in which somehow they can get around drug tests in homeless shelters out of desperation. Because out of desperation, according to the LA Times, California was so frustrated with drug overdose that they are willing to pay for drug addicts to stay sober. This can translate into the homeless issue because according to the National Coalition for the Homeless, a high percentage of homeless people struggle with substance abuse. Sobriety should be a main form of help for homelessness. According to the Brain and Behavior Research Center, a 2015 study concluded that services that include cognitive and social skill training would be useful in helping people with mental illnesses and homelessness regain housing. Now that we reviewed solutions, let's think about how this can be a benefit to all. So, going back to the LA Times, the San Francisco AIDS Foundation ran a test on a man named Tyrone Clifford, who participated in a privately operated and privately funded contingency management program in which he would get paid if he stayed sober for 12 weeks. Stay sober for 12 weeks. His initial thoughts were, I can do 12 weeks to get high with I can do 12 weeks, and at the end, I'll have $330 to get high. After those 12 weeks, he didn't buy drugs. He bought a computer in which he finished up his education, and he is now a counselor at the San Francisco AIDS Foundation. And if you look him up, there's no talk about his addiction, but what he has achieved with his sobriety. A heartwarming story like that allows you to understand how sobriety is so important in how someone can turn their life around. So it is not only about keeping California beautiful, it's about helping beautiful people in California achieve. So, after learning about issues homeless people may face, the solutions they can accomplish, and benefit of bettering themselves, many can agree that mental health solutions should be implemented as well as drug testing. So, to the homeless man at the bus stop, I hope he has resolved everything that he may have been going through.